Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to today's session. So as you all know that the phase 1 and phase 2 of the NPS Grade A and Grade B examination, they are on the same day. So today we will discuss the strategy for attempting your phase 1 and phase 2 in the best possible manner so that you can excel in the examination. Okay, so what are the key things that you have to keep in mind while preparing and while sitting in the examination for phase 1 and while sitting in the examination for phase 2. So all of this we are going to discuss in today's session, so you are best prepared for the phase 1 and phase 2 of the NPS Grade A and Grade B. Okay, so let's get started without any delay. So first of all, in the phase 1, as you can see that there will be 120 questions that will carry 120 marks, but the sectional timing is not mentioned while there is the sectional cutoff that is present. Okay, so there is no sectional timing. Now here, keep this in mind that let's say you are giving one question. Let's say you are stuck in a puzzle and you have given a lot of time to this puzzle, so you are actually having less time for your other sections. So do not give a question more time. If you have decided that okay, I will only give 40 seconds to a question in reasoning, so keep that in mind, keep the time frame in mind, so that you are not giving too much time in a single section, in a single question, because you have in total 90 minutes for all your sections and you have to clear the sectional cutoff. There is the sectional cutoff that you have to clear. So it's not like that okay, you are giving a lot of time to English, to this component having different subjects, you are giving a lot of time to quant, and then you have no time left for the questions of GA and you are not able to attempt the whole section of GA. So this mistake should not be done, and let me tell you that yes, this mistake happens. So when you are giving mock test, remember this very clearly, that you have to allocate the time for the different sections. In your mind, you have to keep in mind that okay, only 15 minutes or only 12 minutes I am going to give to English. Okay, so keep this in mind. Do not get stuck in a question. Do not get stuck in a section. Do not leave any section. Okay, because there is also the sectional cutoff. So this is what you have to keep in mind. The 90 minutes is for all sections altogether. Okay, next, difficulty. So there might be some questions that are very difficult, and let's say you are just starting with reasoning and you are seeing the first question is difficult, the second question is difficult, the third question is difficult. So do not let your confidence go down, because remember that if the questions are difficult, they are difficult for all of the students, and it's not like that if there are 25 questions in reasoning, all will be difficult. No, there will be some easy questions, there will be some moderate questions. So maybe in the starting you are seeing the difficult questions, but after sixth question, the easier questions or the moderate questions will come. Okay, so if you are seeing the difficult questions, skip it and jump to the easier ones, the moderate ones that you can do in a faster manner. Okay, and if the examination is a little tough, it will be tough for all the students, so do not panic at that time. Next, elimination method. When you are using the elimination method in a question, let's say there is an English question and you are using the elimination method, that you think that first, second, third, fourth, fifth, out of this option, first, third and fifth cannot be the answer. So okay, out of second and fourth, you think that second seems like a better option as the answer. Okay, so yes, you should use the elimination method, you should use your logical mind, and you should use the different methods to answer the question correctly. But remember that there is also the negative marking. So it's not like that you are not using any elimination method, you are not using anything, you are not using your logical sense, you are just answering to answer all the questions. That should not be done, because there is also the negative marking. So if there is some logic behind your answering the question, if there is logic that you are putting in your elimination method you are using, you at least know, you at least have 50-50 confidence. Okay, then you should be answering the question. Do not try to answer all the questions, because that is not required. Okay, in the sense that there is also the negative marking that you have to take care of. Okay, so give a lot of mock tests, do a lot of MCQs in the practice questions, do a lot of practice question, do a lot of MCQs, so that you become habitual that which questions to attempt, which questions to leave. Okay, do not use tukka. Okay, so that is the idea. Next, coming to phase 2. So for phase 1, this is the strategy that you have to keep in mind, that all the sections should be given due importance, and when you are answering the questions, give the due diligence, read the questions carefully, difficult questions. If the difficult questions are coming, after that there will be some moderate questions, there will be some easy questions also. So try to search the questions that you can attempt in a good manner. And if the examination is a little tougher, it will be tougher for all the students, so you do not need to panic. Next, elimination method. If you are using your logical sense, if you are using your elimination method technique, that is good, that you must have honed, giving a lot of mock tests, giving a lot of practice questions. Okay, so that is good, but also remember that you should not be using tukka a lot. It's not like that you have to attempt all the questions. Okay, so keep in mind that there is also the negative marking that is present. Okay, so this is regarding the phase 1. Now coming to phase 2. So the strategy for phase 2, you have the sectional timing here. So for English and General Studies descriptive test, you have 60 minutes. For the multiple choice questions of different subjects, you have 40 minutes. Okay, and both of these sections carry 100 marks, and your phase 2 is the make and break of your NPS grade A or grade B selection, because phase 2 carries 85% weightage in your selection as the officer in the NPS, right? So remember that this phase 2 is the make and break of the examination of your selection. So give the due importance to English and General Studies because it also carries the 100 marks, and give the due importance to the multiple choice questions because it also carries 100 marks. So remember that when you are coming from phase 1, when you are coming from phase 1 to phase 2, do not carry emotional baggage of phase 1. You might have done some mistakes in phase 1 and you might be afraid that will I be able to clear phase 1 or not. But do not carry this emotional baggage in when you are like entering the phase 2 or when you are starting with the phase 2 examination, because many of the students, they think that okay, I will not be able to clear the phase 1, but actually when the result comes, they realize that okay, they have cleared the phase 1, and then they become sad or they become disheartened that they didn't prepare for phase 2 well, or they didn't, like they are not prepared for phase 2. Now here the phase 1 and phase 2 is on the same day. So if you are getting disheartened that okay, I didn't give my phase 1 well, but later on when you see that okay, you have cleared the phase 1, then you will realize that okay, I didn't give my phase 2 very well because I was disheartened because of my phase 1. So phase 1, do not carry any emotional baggage from your phase 1 to your phase 2. Okay, even if in the phase 1 you have attempted less questions, but maybe the whole of the phase 1 was very difficult and the section cutoff might be low. So do not carry any emotional baggage, any emotions from your phase 1 to phase 2. Okay, because you have to give the phase 2 in the best possible manner. Next, all kind of questions can come in phase 2. Difficult questions can come in phase 2. Moderate questions will come in phase 2. Easy questions will come in phase 2. And remember that if there are very tough questions, the tough questions are for all the students. It's not only for you. Okay, so all kind of questions will come. Do not get disheartened if you are getting a lot of tougher questions in the starting. After that, maybe you will get the easier or moderate questions. So in the starting only, do not leave your calm, do not leave your composure. Keep your calm, keep your composure, because if the question paper is tough, it is tough for all the students. So best way to attempt the phase 2 is to not carry any emotional baggage from your phase 1 to your phase 2. All kind of questions, you have to just keep in mind that yes, all kind of questions can come in the examination, but I will keep my calm, I will keep my composure, and I will read each question very calmly. The questions that I know about, that I can use the elimination method, I can use my logical sense, I will give those answers. I will leave the questions that I am not at all aware about. Okay, so keep your calm and keep your composure in phase 2. This is your make and break section. Okay, now before moving forward, before ending the session, let me show you. So if you go to edutab.in, you can go to the courses section. In the courses section, there is the NPS Grade A and Grade B courses. Now, this is the point where you should be solving a lot of MCQs. You should be solving a lot of practice questions. So for that, there is test series for phase 1 and phase 2 that you can get if at this point of time you want to solve a lot of questions to be very well prepared for the phase 1 and phase 2 of the examination. So you can get the NPS Grade A and Grade B test series for phase 1 and phase 2, and you can get, or let's say you only want to attempt questions for your phase 2, you want to have the test series for your phase 2, then you can get the NPS Grade A and Grade B test series for the phase 2, okay, where you will be getting the chapter wise test, where you will be getting the full length test, and you can call the team, at this number to know about the offer that you can get. Maybe you can get even better offer, and do solve a lot of MCQs because they are very very important from your examination perspective for your phase 1 and phase 2 of the examination. Okay, so this is it for today. So I hope you attempt the phase 1 and phase 2 in the best possible manner. Do not carry your emotional baggage from your phase 1 to your phase 2. Okay, so this is it. Thank you very much for joining.